Hi, my name is Joe, friend of Empire Wine and local wine geek, and I've been asked by the owners of Empire Wine to come and explain and describe the 4 wines that they are doing in their new promo called Cabin Fever Grab and Go. I'm here first to talk about the Tiefenbrunner Pinot Grigio. So there'll be 4 wines in the Grab and Go, and they happen to be all Italian, which I think is kind of cool because it gives you a little idea to throw a little dinner party and showcase different wines throughout the regions of Italy. But we're going to start off with Tiefenbrunner Pinot Grigio. On the map, I brought up a little map because I'm a big geography person. Alto Adige sits right up in the north, right at the foothills of the Alps. We all are familiar with Pinot Grigios, but not all Pinot Grigios are the same. There's a lot of Pinot Grigios on the market that are good, but not overly exciting. They kind of are drinkable, but they don't really make your socks go up and down kind of thing. There are differences in the quality of Pinot Grigio. And here we see one from a German producer, Tiefenbrunner. If you travel in this region, you'll see that they're very German. They live in German houses, they eat German food. And as you can see from the family name, not very Italian, but they are part of the Italian country since post-World War I. But the quality of these Pinot Grigios grown in these foothills of the Alps are truly exceptional. So if you're looking for something that is bright, beautiful acidity, a lot of fruit, that's the key. When Pinot Grigio is mass produced, it kind of loses its fruit. You taste actually a little bit of the Mount Alpine Valley, a little bit of the limestone minerality to it, but then you get exquisite fruit and really bright acidity. My perfect pairing for this wine is spaghetti with white clam sauce. You actually buy 2 bottles and you use 1 bottle in the cooking and 1 for the chef to be sipping on throughout the process and 1 for the meal. The minerality in the clams, the minerality in the wine are perfect balance, and the fruit just really shines through with it. So hope you enjoy, like I said, the Tiefenbrunner Pinot Grigio from Alto Adige. Our second wine in the Cabin Fever Grab to Go is from a beautiful little villa called Malacare. And the region is Rosso, Canara, which unfortunately in Italy is a little confusing. It's not varietally labeled, it's actually regional. This sits right up on the Adriatic side of Marche. So it's a beautiful region right across the peninsula in Tuscany. The grape here is Montepulciano. If you like Merlot and if you like soft reds, this is the wine. Beautiful dark fruit, velvety texture. This one has a little more going on, like a little bay leaf and a little other herbal components. Great with simple Italian foods. I always smell tomatoes in this wine, like tomato leaf. If you're ever pruning a tomato, you get that sticky yellow on your hands. That smell is in this wine. And it absolutely goes beautiful with simple tomato sauces. Our third wine in the Cabin Fever Grab to Go is from the great estate of Avignese. This is probably one of the most heralded estates since medieval times in southern Tuscany. So Tuscany needs no introduction. This is their entry wine. It's called Cantalaro, and it's a super Tuscan. So it's a Sangiovese-based wine with a little Cabernet, a little Merlot added to it. So if you love the Tuscan smell, the rustic, dusty, earthy type wine, the Cabernet and Merlot just add a little mouthfeel to it, a little softness, a little roundness. A little more serious wine than the previous Montepulciano, so this wine actually needs something lusty like an ossobuco or a grilled Delmonico steak. It needs a little bit of animal fat to really cut the tannins that you'll see in this wine. So it's not really a cocktail wine where the Montepulciano would work. This actually needs some nice red meat. And our final wine in the Cabin Fever Grab and Go is a little wine from Umbria. Umbria is unfortunately the lost brother of the Italian wine region. It doesn't really have a grape of its own. It sits right in the middle of the central Tuscany. It's landlocked. Like I said, it doesn't really have its major rock star variety. But here they're using Sangiovese. This comes from La Correa, which is a beautiful little property in the hills of Umbria, and it's made with 100% Sangiovese, which is the grape of Chianti. And they're actually using the clone that's famous in the Chianti Classico region. But here in Umbria, it's warmer. So the wine is softer and richer, and you actually get a little like exotic spices in the wine. So if you think you like the drink Chianti, but sometimes they're a little too earthy, a little too acidic, look for Sangiovese from Umbria. They're half the price usually, and they are, like I said, luscious, rich, and round, and soft. Again, this wine is easily sippable on its own, but would love a good bolognese, something that isn't too fatty, but has some nice richness to it to keep up with the weight of this wine. Definitely more heavier than Chianti. Really perfect for the winter. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini tasting here that Empire Wine is providing. Please leave your feedback. These wines are all available at Empire Wine right now in their cabin fever grab and go. Hope you enjoyed them as much as I enjoyed tasting them.